Okay, let's get back to the Padres here. And again, we're going to take your questions, and we're going to get to our coach's mailbag a little bit later. But Padres, weather permitting today, they're going to be taking on the Milwaukee Brewers over in Phoenix, American Family Fields of Phoenix. And then, boy, they put together a great complex over there. I remember going to Maryville in the old days, man. You'd park there in kind of a rough area. You kind of wondered if your car was going to be there when you came out after the ball game. But Yu Darvish expected to pitch today, make his Cactus League debut, and he's been working on the backfields diligently. And I'm expecting a big year for the 39-year-old right-hander. Tomorrow, the Padres are going to be at Peoria Stadium taking on the Cleveland Guardians. Sunday, they're going to be over in Scottsdale taking on the Giants. Yesterday, Padres dropped an 8-2 ball game to Bruce Bochy and the Texas Rangers. There were some good moments in that game, though. Iggy Rosario, buying for a roster spot, actually played shortstop yesterday. I hit the first pitch he saw over the center field fence for a home run. Not having a great spring average wise, hitting 192 right now. But Iggy Rosario, I don't know if he's going to make this opening day raw. I was kind of hoping. I like him. I think he's a real battler at the plate. I think he's a pretty good offensive player, not swinging for a high average right now. But I think that left field, I just think there are too many guys out there. Terso Ornelas having a great spring right now. Connor Joe, Jason Hayward, neither of those two guys are really swinging the bat all that well, even though Connor Joe's been getting on base at a pretty high clip. Oscar Gonzalez swinging the bat well. We'll see what happens in left field. Terso Ornelas right now hitting 409, 1 for 3 yesterday. Oscar Gonzalez, 1 for 3 yesterday, had his third double. Jackson Merrill, 1 for 3, his second homer. Jackson's having a heck of a spring, hitting 375. You know the thing, and I thought this was brought up on the broadcast the other day. Jackson Merrill, most of the veterans, and he's a veteran now. He's not a rookie. They play their 3 or 4 innings, get their 2 or 3 at bats, and then they put their bag over their shoulder and they head to the clubhouse, take a shower, and get on with their day. Jackson Merrill is staying the entire game. He not going to the clubhouse and getting out of there an hour before the game's over. He's staying and watching, and it was a good point. A lot of the guys that are getting the opportunity to play late in games are guys that he came up with in the minor leagues, and he's there to support his guys. So Jackson Merrill showing not only is he a really good teammate, he's also showing some loyalty, and he's showing that he wants to be a part of the Padres organization. And I think it's going to be imperative if he puts together anything close to the numbers he put together a year ago, they're going to have to go to work on a contract this offseason. I don't think they'll do anything before the season starts. Let him play and then get a deal done. And that would buy him out of 3 years of arbitration, give him a salary for next year, and then buy him out of his 3 years of arbitration in years 4, 5, and 6 before he'd be able to hit the free agent market. But that's kind of where we're at. Dylan Cease yesterday, he was okay. I mean, he seemed to be fine with it. Mike Schultz seemed to be fine with it. Numbers wise, it wasn't great, but the wind was blowing 20 miles an hour out to right field. Marcus Semien got him for a home run. That ball, I don't know if you saw it. That ball took off like it was a jet plane. Yesterday, Cease 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned a walk, 3 strikeouts. That home run. He's just getting his feet wet. Got a 4.76 ERA, but I'm not going to put a lot of stock in that. Logan Gillespie didn't have a great outing yesterday. His ERA so far 5.40. Jeremiah Estrada looked solid. An inning yesterday, doesn't have an ERA. Ron Marinaccio, kind of having a tough spring. And 4 1/3 his ERA right now is 8.31. Yesterday, 2/3 of an inning, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, a walk, a strikeout, gave up a homer. So the Padres sitting at 3-10. I want to mention Jose Iglesias again. And I wanted this guy to get called up a couple of years ago when he was in AAA because he was coming off a really nice year with the Colorado Rockies where he hit 293, and then he couldn't find a job. And the Padres gave him a job, and then he thought he might have a big league job when the Padres were going to bring him up, so he opted out, didn't get the call he was expecting, opted back in, then opted back out, but had a pretty good short stint down in El Paso. And this is the year they had some other guy, Matt Carpenter, Nelson Cruz was on the ball club. But Jose Iglesias, 35 years of age, a 283 career hitter, hit 337 last year with the Mets, 4 homers, 26 RBIs, 91 hits on the year, and played a big role in that ball club. And I think he makes this team. I know he's on a minor league this guy will make the team. He's a good player. He knows how to play. Great teammate. Anybody you ever talk to about Jose Iglesias will sing his praise. This again by the Padres and AJ Preller and his staff of pro scouts. It's a hell of a signing. It's an under radar signing. I mean, like last year, they had Donovan Solano, David Peralta, who's still looking for a job. I thought Peralta played pretty well. I mean, I think he'll get a job, but he's still working in his batting cage, working on his swing right now. He doesn't have a major league job. The Padres aren't going to sign him because they got a dearth of left fielders right now. But I thought he played great last year, Peralta. Padres 3-10 in the spring. Are you panicking yet? Mike Schild on the hot seat? I want to talk a little bit about the starting pitching. And again, we talked with Jay Perry. I think starting pitching is going to be just fine. You got to figure out Matt Waldron is going to be the guy, or Kyle Hart, who's supposed to pitch today behind you, Darvish, weather permitting. But going back to the week, Tuesday, remember they were off Monday. We had a show Monday. They were off Monday, and then they played a doubleheader on Tuesday. Nick Pivetta threw in one of the games, looked really sharp, I thought, against San Francisco. 2 2/3, no hits, a walk, 4 strikeouts. And I watched that game. He threw a breaking ball to my buddy out of Eastlake High School, Casey Schmidt, that buckled Casey for a strikeout looking. I mean, I don't care who it was. You weren't going to hit that pitch. I mean, he looked good. Also on Tuesday against the Cubs, Matt Waldron, kind of mixed results. 2 2/3 innings, 2 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, 2 walks, a strikeout. He's made 3 starts, ERA at 3.52. Matt Waldron's doing what Matt Waldron does. You know, he's going to give up a few runs here and there. There are going to be times where he shuts people out, and then he's going to give up, 3 or 4 runs and, 3 or 4 innings. He's a fifth starter. We're not asking him to be Dizzy Dean or Don Drysdale. And if he can, pitch to a 3.52 ERA during the regular season, I'm all for it. But I think right now he's probably won that spot, at least early on. We'll see what Kyle Hart's able to do. Wednesday, Michael King thought he pitched well. Seemed like he had everything working pretty good. Good fastball, 2-seamer, no hits in 2 innings, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. That was his spring debut. And then yesterday, Cease, 3 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and that home run to Marcus Semien. I think things are going pretty well for the Padres. The big thing, other than Brian Hoeing, you haven't heard about any injuries right now, which is a good thing.